We have a vaccine that's coming. It's ready. It's going to be announced within weeks.
Oh, come on. Hi, I'm Dr. Rishi Desai. I'm a former CDC intelligence service officer, and I just watched the Trump debate where he talks about coronavirus. I thought we could go through some of the claims that he makes.
How would you lead the country during this next stage of the coronavirus crisis?
2.2 million people modeled out were expected to die. There was a spike in Florida, and it's now gone. There was a very big spike in Texas. It's now gone. This is a worldwide problem, but I've been congratulated by the heads of many countries on what we've been able to do.
So the idea that we want to compare ourselves on the world stage is really, really ridiculous. And here's why. There are about 200 countries. We have been spending the most per capita on healthcare, and yet the most deaths from COVID-19 are right here in the US. That is a terrible, terrible record. And so that's what we're standing out there and saying that people are applauding us for that? No, they're not.
I can tell you from personal experience that I was in the hospital, I had it, and I got better. And I will tell you that I had something that they gave me, a therapeutic, I guess they would call it. Some people could say it was a cure. I got better very fast, or I wouldn't be here tonight. And now they say I'm immune. Whether it's 4 months or a lifetime, nobody's been able to say that.
So he's implying here that because it wasn't a big deal for him, it wouldn't necessarily be a big deal for anybody else. And that's really, really disingenuous. It's dangerous because A, he's the president of the United States. He gets a fancy therapeutic. He gets this fancy antiviral drug that frankly is just not available for most people in most hospitals in the US. And so the fact that he recovered, well, good for him. But that doesn't mean that the rest of us would necessarily recover if we got COVID. And that's the misleading part of this.
You called Dr. Anthony Fauci, the nation's best-known infectious disease expert, quote, a disaster.
But Anthony said, don't wear masks. Now he wants to wear masks. Anthony also said, if you look back, exact words, here's his exact words. This is no problem. This is going to go away soon.
It's nonsense. So Dr. Anthony Fauci did say don't wear a mask early on in this pandemic, and it was in the context of trying to actually deal with the fact that we didn't have enough surgical masks for doctors. That's when he said it. Since then, he's basically said, okay, now we have more masks, so put one on. In fact, everyone should put on a mask. He's been such a good advocate for masks that of all the people that you're going to quote on masks, why would you take his words and put them out of context?
We have a vaccine that's coming. It's ready. It's going to be announced within weeks. We have Operation Warp Speed. The military is going to distribute the vaccine, and we expect to have 100 million vials. As soon as we have the vaccine, he's ready to go.
So when he talks about vaccine coming out in a few weeks, it's really, really infuriating because it's not happening. Nobody has said that it's happening. The FDA, the CDC, the vaccine manufacturers all have been very, very clear that we're not going to get a vaccine in a few weeks.
I think we're probably looking at late second quarter, third quarter, 2021.
Second of all, if a vaccine is to come out, you know what the first thing is everyone's going to care about? Safety. Everyone wants to know that it's a safe vaccine, not one that's being pushed out the door because Trump says so.
It will go away, and as I say, we're rounding the turn, we're rounding the corner. It's going away.
So when he talks about this just kind of magically going away, I mean, this is literally what he said back in March and April.
It's going to disappear. One day it's like a miracle. It will disappear.
And the fact that he's saying it now, 220,000 deaths later, is really, really sad, upsetting, frightening, and also not that surprising because this is who we've kind of come to know him as. And so I'm not expecting a lot out of him, but I am extremely disappointed. We need to step up as a country, and he's just obviously not able to do that.